Good afternoon. Today we'll be giving you an update on the Mountain West Tournament and reviewing our top stories from Studio G this week. Plus, Christina Davies will have your 7-day forecast. It's the Friday Review right here on Studio G Magazine, and it starts right now.
Monday through Thursday, we bring to you stories at noon. But on Fridays, we bring you the Week Review.
Live over the web from Greenspun Hall at UNLV.
We are broadcast students, and this is our news show.
Right here on Studio G Magazine, the Week in Review.
Welcome to Studio G Magazine, the Week in Review. I'm Katie McLean. We began our show with news about a fake sex study conducted on UNLV's campus. Officials reported yesterday that women are advised to be aware about a man who is misrepresenting himself as a student, claiming he is in need of women to be part of his sexual response study. Reports say apparently that he tells women he's using magnetic resonance imaging, better known as an MRI, to study women's sexual responses. UNLV officials have confirmed that this study is a complete fake and is not approved by the university. UNLV police are investigating this story and have informed Metro about it. We have an update for the quarterfinals for the Men's Mountain West Basketball Championship. Reporter Donald Woods has the details.
San Diego State showed no mercy against Utah State and defeated them to a score of 73-39. Our very own UNLV Rebels prevailed in a tough and close game against Wyoming to 71-67. The New Mexico Lobos had a huge support from fans and served their purpose, being they beat Fresno State to 93-77, and the night finished with Boise State defeating Nevada Reno 75-62. The quarterfinals today are said to get really ugly, as it's going to determine who is playing Saturday in the final. For women's basketball, happening right now, Wyoming is facing off against Colorado State. Then at 2:30, Nevada Reno will go against Fresno State. The winners of those matches will be in the Women's Mountain West Championship tomorrow at 7. For men's basketball, it's expected to be a tough match today as UNLV faces off against San Diego State at 6. Then at 8:30, Boise State will face off against New Mexico. And the winners of those two games play in the men's championship tomorrow at 3. Aside from covering the game and the players, I went around the Thomas & Mack Center yesterday and got fans' reactions to coming out and supporting their team.
Love Vegas, love driving down, especially to support Utah State. Go Aggies!
All right, I come out and support my team by cheering loud and keep the energy going until I lose my voice or they put me away for something. I don't know. That's how I always cheer for my team. Go Utah State!
I'm Cowboy Ken from Wyoming, and I'm here for the Mountain West Tournament. Let's hope the Pokes can win.
So, ready for this game. We're going to beat Wyoming. San Diego sucks. They're irrelevant. Wyoming. Oh, everyone here trying to get us. UNLV is the team that's going to win. UNLV all day. All day.
Number 17 in the nation.
Didn't we get number 6 in the nation? Wasn't that his shot?
What year?
I took 40 hours off this week just to watch this entire tournament. Let's go Rebels!
Let's go, Rebs! We got this game! We can beat Wyoming! Let's go! Let's go, Rebels! Rebels! Rebels!
We're here at the Thomas & Mack from New Mexico. Appreciate all the fans being here. This is like the Pit West. There must be 10,000 Lobo fans here. It's looking good. Go Lobos!
Thanks, Donald. Now let's begin our week in review. We start off with Monday. If you're looking for something fun to do on campus, look no further. The Rebel Events Board is in charge of planning and holding major campus-wide events. They're the organization behind Homecoming, Premier, UNLV, and most recently, Rebels After Dark. Reporter Tristan Balaktas has more.
Hosted their first Rebels After Dark event of the semester. With the theme of Rebels in Paris, there was food, caricature artists, canvas painting, and dancing. Event coordinator Alana Bonsilao says the purpose of this event is to provide UNLV students with a safe and fun social escape.
It's supposed to be like an alternate program or like an alternate program for college kids instead of like going out to the bars, like going out to the strip.
With a variety of free and fun activities, event goers seem to be in good spirits.
My friends goes here. We were all planning on going out tonight, so we all came together. She was like, hey, cool, there's this thing at UNLV, you guys want to go? There's painting, there's dancing, there's food, there's fun stuff, and so we came along. I'm actually really glad we did.
Participant Chris Cannon was hesitant and weary of the idea of Rebels After Dark, but his mind was quickly changed when he realized just how much fun he was having.
This was a total surprise. I came here thinking we were going to dance, hang out, drink some fake champagne, and then, just hang out with some people we didn't know. Now we got here, there's some paint up here, so we're all kind of having fun doing it that.
UNLV student Isabel Chua got word of the event and decided to give it a try.
It was blasted out throughout, and it looked interesting, so my friends and I just came here.
Alana Bonsilao was happy with the unexpected turnout.
I really didn't expect this much people, so I'm really glad that everyone kind of got the memo about it and decided to stop by, and I think they're all having fun.
For Studio G, I'm Tristan Balantas.
The next Rebel After Dark event will be held in April, and its theme will be The Great Gatsby. Events are free and open to students, faculty, and staff. Nothing makes a university more proud than having its graduates move on to bigger and better things. Reporter Nicole Reynolds has more.
Nick Kosayan, an owner and general manager of Stefano's Greek and Mediterranean Grill, graduated from UNLV with a degree in marketing and has used all he has learned to expand his family's restaurant.
The restaurant started back in '98. My grandmother and uncle, Stefano, started it. They started off as a daily chicken and bakery. The restaurant was doing so much better than the bakery, we kind of got rid of the bakery. And in '06, we expanded and got the store next to it and expanded, and then at that time changed the name to Stefano's Greek and Mediterranean Grill.
The food is a healthy fusion of Greek, Armenian, and Lebanese, but out of all the food they sell, one seems to be the spinning center of attention.
Well, the gyro is Greek. It's the word gyro means spinning. So it's beef and lamb ground together, and then we put it on a spit, and we slice it off.
Food isn't just something this family does, it is something that this family is. Stefano's 2 locations are nothing more than an extension of what Stefano and his family love to do.
Our family loves to eat. We just love to cook all the time. My grandmother, my mom, and my sister are cooking something every day. Even though they cook here, they would cook at the restaurant. At home, they're cooking something else. And you go home and there's a new meal every day, and I just love it. Sundays are huge for us. On Sundays we still go to Stefano's house, and he will do barbecue or something that day, and we all eat together. That's a huge part of our family's tradition or what we do.
For Studio G, I'm Nicole Reynolds.
Nothing brings a family closer together than a great mealtime. There's a florist that got her job through Instagram. Victoria Hogan's the first to have a mobile flower shop on the streets of downtown. Reporter Monica Cran has more.
Hogan grew up on a farm in Alabama. She started nurturing plant life at the age of 5. Former alumni of UNLV got her Master of Fine Arts degree and intertwined her creativity with what she learned growing up.
I actually got my job through Instagram. Park posted an ad that they needed a gardener, and I had actually just moved back to Vegas, so I spent a little bit of time in New York. I was doing professional gardening there. I was David Bowie's gardener for a little while, and I moved back because I missed Vegas so much, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Networking with local businesses, the Flora Pop owner found that selling from her mobile trailer set her apart from other floral shops in town.
I've really had to push myself a lot, because I did move back here without a job, so it was kind of hit the ground running. I'm constantly challenging myself and just looking for new opportunities. So I have a 1950s teardrop trailer that I've sort of retrofitted so that I can sell flowers out of the back.
Gardening 5 days a week and catering to the plant's needs in the dry desert, Hogan is a part of the downtown renovation.
Especially with downtown going through such a huge transformation, it's just kind of a nice added touch to see something that, is living and flowers are sort of a fragile commodity, but I think it's like the final touch on a spot. It really freshens up the place.
There's always room to grow in downtown Las Vegas. For Studio G, I'm Monica Cran.
The UNLV alum plans to go all over the city with her Floropop mobile shop. After this short break, Christina Davies will have your 7-day weather forecast. We'll be right back on Studio G Magazine.
I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby.
It's your boy Miles Lowe.
Crystal McGuerza.
King Louie here. This is Don Conker.
3 P's in a Pod.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show.
The King Louie Show. The Revolution.
Combox Radio with Crystal May.
KUMV. The Rebel HD2.
Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
It's indie rock, pop rock, and underground hip hop, R&B mix, electronic and dance music.
Click on the listen link and there we are.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, I always say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Good afternoon, Las Vegas. Right now we're at 69 degrees, sunny with some slight winds at 7 miles per hour. Right now we have Tonopah at 57 degrees, Reno 58, Winnemucca at 56, Elko 54, and Flagstaff at 47. Your breakdown for today at 3 p.m. will be 75. Slight winds at 3 miles per hour. 6 p.m. 72 degrees. Winds will vary between 3 to 5 miles per hour, and at 9 will be at 65. Winds around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Mount Charleston will have a high of 54, a low of 32, mostly sunny. Lake Mead will have a high of 76 and a low of 51 with some sun and clouds, and they will have variable winds throughout the day. So we do have this cold front not really affecting southern Nevada but northern Nevada. Then we have this low pressure system that's making its way out of Arizona, dropping some rain on them, but we will have this high pressure system dominating our area, leaving us with some sunshine for tomorrow. We have Reno at 58, Tonopah 57, Winnemucca at 56, and Elko at 54. We can expect this through on the week with some sunshine, and Saturday will be breezy. Sunday will climb up into the high 70s, and on Monday we should be at 81 degrees, and the start of spring is on Thursday. So are you excited for spring break?
I am very excited. It looks like beautiful weather that we're going to be getting.
Yes, and it's all sunny, and spring officially starts on Thursday, so we actually can call it our spring break.
It really is. Yeah, me and another reporter are actually going to go out to northern Nevada, and it's going to be beautiful up there as well, so I'm excited.
I'm happy for you. It's going to be nice and sunny.
Now we move on to this Tuesday. Work, class, studying, they're just some of the things most college students struggle to find time for, and filing taxes is usually not on the list of concerns. But it could be worth your while. Reporter Zach Fuentes has more.
Life as a college student can be demanding, but it also has its perks, some of which can be found in the form of a tax return. But for students like Austin Longworth, filing ends up falling to the bottom of their list.
I have yet to file for my taxes.
What's holding you back?
Yeah, just laziness and general procrastination.
That's a consensus for many UNLV students. But according to enrolled agent Robert Wagner of Wagner & Associates, the longer students wait to file is the longer they'll wait to collect some pretty good cash.
Government says they'll give you $1,500 off your tax bill, and they'll give you another $1,000 in cash back if you haven't already if you're not a graduate student. So if you don't have your bachelor's degree and you're not going for extra degrees, they're going to give you $2,500 a year to go back to school.
That fact alone is enough to make Austin want to file.
That's awesome, actually. That's kind of a motivator to get it done now.
Though some may file before the April 15th deadline, Wagner says a lot of students may avoid it altogether.
A lot of times people who are in college and they're working part-time jobs here and there, they say, okay, well, I only made $6,000. It's below the $10,000 requirement. Okay, but you put in $600. And I don't know about you, an extra $600 beginning of the year helps out a lot. There's a lot of options for us to do taxes on our own, but if you're a college student, you might have a lot of questions you're unsure about. That's where professionals like Robert come in, but it's important that you find the right one. So how can you find a good tax accountant? 1. Word of mouth. Referrals from family and friends are a great way to find an accountant you can trust. 2. Shop around. Ask questions. Research the agent or organization to make sure they haven't had any prior issues. 3. Avoid big promises. If the professional promises you a big return before looking at your situation, it should be taken as a bad sign. And 4. Trust your gut. If you feel that person seems suspicious, it's better to go with someone you feel comfortable with than uneasy. For Studio G, I'm Zach Fuentes.
If you haven't filed for the last couple of years, you can still collect income from as far back as 2010. Just make sure it's before the April 15th deadline. Mystery, controversy, and America's favorite pastime. All three are lumped together in this collector who thought he discovered a find of a lifetime. Reporter Elena Ledbetter brings us the story.
Babe Ruth is an American icon whose memorabilia is sought after around the world, and collectors then and now will do just about anything to get a piece of his history.
I just kind of stumbled on this one because I knew how nice it was.
Jim Clemens bought this ball from auctionzip.com for $1,450 and thought it was the real thing because it came with an authentication from AAU, a company he knew well from the show Pawn Stars. After he got the ball in his hands, he thought he hit the jackpot.
This ball potentially could be worth over $50,000, easily.
Jim wanted confirmation and flew to New Jersey to meet with James Spence with James Spence Authentication, who's considered an authority on sports memorabilia, and got some bad news.
And he said, Jim, how much did you pay for the ball? And I told him, he said, well, you paid $1,500 too much.
According to JSA, the ball was made after Babe Ruth had died, so it couldn't be real. But not wanting to take one authenticator's opinion, we spoke to Brandon Grumbaum, authenticator for the Baseball Hall of Fame and the author of the book, The History of the Baseball.
Immediately, I know that the ball is from 1952.
How does Brandon know that?
The ink color is an updated ink that didn't take place until the 1950s. And just basically the punch holes, the quality of the leather, the stitching, all show the more modern design of the baseball.
Before striking out, we needed to go straight to the source, AAU. So we spoke with founder and president, Mark Goldman.
It's just an opinion.
Goldman believes his authenticator, Drew Max, is
100% correct.
All authenticators are offering their best opinion because none of them were there when the memorabilia was actually signed. In this case, AAU offered Jim a whole refund, which he refused. And now Jim's left with what he believes is a worthless ball.
For those who are looking to purchase authentic baseballs or any alleged memorabilia, it's best to do your research ahead of time. Contact 2 or more different authenticators and ask for their opinions before purchasing them. Opting for a salad rather than a burger may not always be the easiest decision, but thankfully, a new Healthy Living series has just surfaced right here on UNLV's campus. Reporter Kelby Weiler explains.
Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be preparing pumpkin coconut veggie curry over brown rice. You can also use black rice. I decided to use.
You may have heard sayings such as abs are made in the kitchen or your body is a temple. Well, the students at UNLV are learning the importance of those phrases firsthand.
Your body uses different nutrients in order to stay healthy. So we need the right amount of nutrients and we need the right proportions of nutrients in order for our body to function. We use those on a daily basis. So by adding these foods, you're providing your body what it needs to stay healthy and function optimally.
Registered dietitian Christina Vergara Alishar not only helps start the Nutrition Center, but offers classes every week that promote healthy eating and exercise. In her classes, she emphasizes the health benefits associated with proper nutrition and physical activity. and how they can play important roles in disease prevention.
I helped create all these classes that we offer here, and I've been cooking all my life, really, finding different substitutions to make things healthier.
If you're interested in learning how to cook healthy meals, but you're not a UNLV student, don't worry. Admission is free and open to students, faculty, and the community.
We have a Facebook, so we post all of the recipes that we make for the demos, and then we also do other healthy tips. Different ways you can make different recipes as well. So for Thanksgiving, we had different things with a little bit more of a healthier spin on it.
Living a healthy lifestyle is not all about the recipes. One should take into account the quality of their food as well.
Sometimes I'll go to farmers markets because I know I'm getting the freshest produce. It's picked, a couple of days before they bring it in, and so it has the most nutrients. Sometimes when you go to a supermarket, you don't know how long it's been on the shelf, so it loses nutrition every day it's on there.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Kelby Weiler.
The healthy cooking demos are offered every first and third Tuesday of each month from 12 to 1 at the Rod Lee Bigelow Health Sciences Building. Don't leave yet, because we still have the best stories from Wednesday and Thursday. More Studio G Magazine coming up.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
Welcome back. We shift gears and go on into Wednesday. You may have heard of TED Talks, a nonprofit organization that invites speakers all over the world to share ideas. Well, our UNLV campus is having its first TEDx event this April. Fabiola Marzano has the story.
For years, thinkers and doers from all over the world share their ideas and stories to inspire and motivate others. Today, this same activity is called TEDx.
Went to one about a month ago, and it was an incredible experience. I recommend to everybody they should go. It's good for your soul.
TED, the event, brings great minds together. It began with the focus on technology, entertainment, and design, but now it covers multitude topics in more than 100 languages. Las Vegas will no longer need to engage online to take part of the event. TEDx Series is now coming to UNLV.
I've always been a huge fan of TED and what they do. To me, I could just go home anytime and watch one of their videos and just sort of be totally inspired.
16 speakers, 2 internationals, and 5 alumni will be part of UNLV's first TEDx experience on April 11th.
The great thing about TEDx is it brings together speakers, and we can show the world that we are doing things here that will influence the world.
Flipping the Switch is an all-day event with broad topics ranging from business to science to global warming.
It's about community connection, and that's what TED is about, is connecting everybody.
First, to get connected with the TEDx UNLV chapter, you can attend their event that is held on April 11th inside UNLV's Greenspun Hall. The event is open to the public, and it begins at 8 a.m. The use of vapors and e-cigarettes is growing in the Las Vegas community. Reporter Troy Fosgate has more.
Vaping or e-cigarettes is rising within the Las Vegas community.
E-cigarette and vaping is practically a device that's helping somebody to stop smoking cigarettes. What it is just like it's practically a mechanical use regardless of what it is. It leads from a battery to a tank to a mouthpiece, and that's it. You also have your e-juice. That's practically what people use to quit smoking. Different juices have different nicotine levels. With zero, there's no nicotine content whatsoever, but you have 6 and stuff like that, but a bottle of 6 nicotine isn't anywhere close to a pack of cigarettes or even a few cigarettes. It breaks out evenly throughout like a person vaping the bottle of juice itself.
The transition from cigarettes to e-cigarettes is not easy, but it's a testament to any smoker who seeks a better life.
The biggest step is just practically saying that you are addicted to cigarettes or just making the first step into the store. Once you make your step into the store, it's kind of like you have the mindset of trying to stop. A lot of people won't stop because they're used to cigarettes or they think that nothing can really help them, but if they have one in their hand and then they have the mindset of like trying to stop it, then they most likely will.
Ellen Fu's mother was against vaping at first until she saw the bigger picture.
She was really against vaping because she thought it was just a gimmick. But if you have a mindset to get in and like start vaping and know that you could look to your vape instead of a pack of cigarettes, then it will help. But trying to convince them can be hard, but once you do it, then it's a lot better and it'll help them out too.
For Studio G, I'm Troy Fosgate.
If you want to know more about vapes or Yossi Vapor Boutique, go to yossivapes.com. We still have one more day to review here on Studio G Magazine. Stay tuned.
Only place where you're going to hear these stories, the stories that count, that Combox Radio refuses to cover. My show is The King Louie Show, so, you know, no one really wants to hear about the last bombing that happened in Baghdad. So we do the stories that matter, like K-Rev having a seizure at mid-court, or fast-paced show with lots of fast-paced music, especially punk rock, and stories that hit hard. King Louie here, host of The King Louie Show on the Rebel HD2, and I am here every Friday noon to 2.
Welcome back. Finally on to Thursday. Take a step back into history and reliving some old memory at Nostalgia Street Rods. Reporter Alvin Loy tells us more.
I like to hear the history, you know. I sometimes like to follow my dad around too and get a tour.
Sherry Goldstrom is referring to Nostalgia Street Rods, the collection of cars and memorabilia that her family owns and is showing to the public.
My mom and dad are probably one of the biggest collectors in this town, and we call this place the best kept secret in Vegas. My mom's been collecting way on. She collects everything from guitars, memorabilia, antiques, records, you name it. My dad collects cars and just different kinds of memorabilia.
All the items around here give one a sense of nostalgia.
There's a lot of really interesting pieces, and there's a lot of history really actually coming out of my mom's collection. Everything you see here on our place has authenticity, and it's all, you know, just something that my mom thought was the greatest thing to collect. That's what I love about it so much.
The car collection that the Goldstrom own are rebuilt and maintained by Ed Daniels, who really enjoy his job.
I like cars and I like speed. Well, you get to see what you've labor of your hands, and then you get to drive it. And it's built safe enough that I felt comfortable in it.
They have received positive reactions from visitors.
They're really impressed. A lot of them said that they've never seen a collection like this before.
When everybody comes here, you know, the pleasure for us is that they walk away from here just mind blown.
They see a bright future for the collections.
It's getting bigger and better, which we love. I love to share the things that they collected with people. That's my greatest gift, is to share these things with people and to let them know. And I like to see it when they enjoy themselves.
For Studio G, I'm Alvin Loy.
For a tour of the best kept secret, you can visit their hot rod shop that's located on Hacienda Avenue and Cameron Street. Winter came in full force in the east, but here in Las Vegas, we had a record-breaking winter. Christina Davies has the details.
Las Vegas broke its own record for warmest winter. The average this season was 52.3 degrees, as opposed to the record in the 1980-81 winter, which was only 52 degrees.
The reason we had our warmest winter ever on record in Vegas was because we had an area high pressure in the atmosphere that was persistent, centered off California, and basically that blocked most of the storms from coming in from the Pacific that we typically get during the winter.
This increase in temperature allowed us more time to have fun in the sun, but it might have come with one drawback: a warmer than usual summer.
Outlook right now for summer is favoring at or above normal temperatures. That's what the odds are.
Las Vegans are used to this heat, but should be advised that temperatures will increase throughout spring. According to the National Weather Service, heat is the #1 concern during summer, and some Las Vegans are taking precautions when it comes to their children and their furry companions.
As a dog owner, I make sure I have water with me all the time.
When we come in Las Vegas, of course, it's a lot hotter, so you always want to bring lots of water when you come to the park. Try to stay in the shade, but at a lot of these parks nowadays, they have the covers. The parks without the covers, you just have to make sure you keep them well hydrated.
The small jump in numbers might not come across as important, but it has the potential to impact our land as well. A warmer summer can bring a higher risk for red flag warnings in our area. For Studio G, I'm Christina Davies.
While the outlook does seem to be favoring normal to above average temperatures, it's an only prediction, so we won't actually know until summer. However, when dealing with extreme warm temperatures, hydration is important. Christina Davies is now back with us to give a heads up on how the pollen count is looking today and what kind of weather we can expect for the weekend. Christina?
Yes, Katie. So right now our pollen levels are high, and we have mulberry ash and juniper is a new one. So if our winds aren't as bad, but the pollen level is still high. So for the rest of the week, we will be breezy on Saturdays, and then on Monday breezy, but it will be 81 degrees. And then on Thursday, Thursday will be the start of spring.
So there's nothing that we really have to, prepare for this weekend when it comes to spring?
Not much. It's not going to be too windy. I mean, the winds have subsided, but the pollen level is still really high. And we have juniper now. That's a new one for this season.
Beautiful. Thank you, Christina. Well, that's all the review we have for today. Tune in next Friday where we bring you the highlights of this week right here on Studio G Magazine. I'm Katie McLean.
And I'm Christina Davies. Have a sunny and sparkling day, Las Vegas.